Welcome to the Dip Dive Podcast, where we explore ideas, stories, and conversations that matter. If you're into fresh perspectives and engaging discussions, hit subscribe and join the dive.
Okay, so have you ever noticed this? Like when you go to the grocery store, it seems like every time, you get stuck with
The worst cart.
like the worst possible shopping cart.
Absolutely. It's like a rite of passage.
I know. It makes you wonder, is
Oh,
this
the conspiracy.
like a test?
Right.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Well, today that's exactly what we're going to be diving into. We're taking a deep dive into, what we call the grocery cart conundrum.
I like that.
And we're going to be using a few different sources. We've got a couple articles here, a blog post, some listener stories.
Yeah.
So we're just going to kind of take a look at it from,
Yeah, all sides.
all angles, see
Yeah.
what we can find out.
Yeah, because these carts, they're kind of like the unsung heroes of the grocery store
They really are. We take them for granted.
until they go rogue.
Exactly.
And then suddenly you're like, wait a minute. I need you to cooperate with me.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, and the sources that we're looking at, they actually break down these bad carts into categories,
Uh-huh.
which I thought was really interesting. So we've got the drama queen,
Yes.
the rebel, the wobbler,
It's in a
and
dead weight.
the dead weight. Yeah. So
It's a pretty comprehensive list.
it really is. I feel like it covers pretty much every bad cart experience I've ever had.
I would agree.
So yeah, let's start with the drama queen.
Okay, so the drama queen, as you can probably guess this, is the cart that just makes a ton of noise, right?
Yeah.
Like every time you push it, it's squeaking, it's groaning.
Like you're announcing your presence.
It's like a symphony of bad noises,
Yes.
and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody.
I know. And I always feel so self-conscious too. Like,
Right.
is everyone staring at me? Are they judging me for my loud cart?
Yeah, you're like, can I just get through the produce section in peace?
I know. But what causes that? Is it just, old worn out wheels?
It could be a number of things.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the wheel bearings.
Mhm.
They get worn down over time and they start
Like
to...
that awful screeching.
Exactly. And sometimes it's the axles or even the way the cart is put together.
Interesting.
Yeah. But whatever the cause, it's definitely not a pleasant experience.
No, it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
so moving on to the rebel. This one I feel like is a classic.
Oh, yeah, this is a tough one.
This is the cart that, it has a mind of its own.
Yeah, it just wants to go wherever it wants to go.
You're trying to go straight and it's pulling to the left.
Yeah, you're fighting it the whole time.
I know. And it's exhausting.
It really is. And usually what's going on there is the wheels are misaligned.
So like one wheel is...
Yeah, like one wheel is pointing in a slightly different direction.
Interesting.
And that's what creates that pull to the side.
Huh. So it's almost like a physics problem.
It kind of is.
I never thought about it that way. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's all about those forces,
Okay, what about the wobbler?
So the wobbler, this is the one that
Oh, this one makes me so nervous.
oh, I know, me too. It feels like everything's going to fall out.
Yes. Exactly.
It's like a balancing act every time you turn a corner.
And you're just like trying to hold everything in with your body.
Right. Like, please just don't tip over.
I know. And I feel like with this one, it's usually...
The wheels are loose or damaged.
Yeah, like you can kind of see them wobbling around.
Exactly. And that just makes the whole cart unstable.
Right. Okay, and last but not least, we have the dead weight.
Oh, the dead weight.
This is the one with the wheel that
It's
just...
move.
It's just stuck.
You're like dragging it along with you.
And it's so heavy.
It's like an anchor.
I know. And sometimes, you're trying to be discreet, like you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
Right.
But then you're just like scraping this wheel across the floor.
And everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm so sorry. I know this cart is terrible.
Yeah. Like, I didn't choose this life.
I know. But why does this happen? What causes that wheel to just lock up like that?
Well, it could be a few things. Sometimes it's debris.
Like stuff gets stuck in there.
Yeah, like gum or dirt or something like that. And it just jams up the wheel. Or it could be that the wheel itself is damaged.
Oh, like the bearings are gone or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, we've got all these different types of bad carts. And like you said earlier, it seems like they're everywhere.
They really are.
So is this just like a matter of wear and tear? Like grocery stores just use these carts so much that they inevitably break down.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. I mean, these carts are getting used constantly.
Day in and day out.
Right, by tons of different people.
And they're not exactly known for their gentle handling.
No, not at all.
So it's not surprising that they would
Get banged up.
get banged up. But then you also have to wonder about the maintenance aspect of it, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like you would think that grocery stores would want to keep their carts in good condition.
You would think.
Like it's part of the customer experience.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're cheap to replace.
No, definitely not.
So why are we seeing so many bad carts out there?
Well, it could be a number of things. Maybe it's a staffing issue, you know? Maybe they just don't have enough people to...
To keep up with the maintenance.
Right, exactly. Or maybe it's a budget issue, you know? Maybe they're just trying to cut costs.
And they're like, well, we'll just fix the carts when they absolutely fall apart.
Yeah, something like that.
It's interesting to think about, though, because it's almost like a lose-lose situation,
Yeah.
right?
How so?
Like if the store doesn't maintain the carts, the customers get frustrated
Right.
and then potentially shop somewhere else.
Yeah, they take their business elsewhere.
But then if the store does invest in maintenance, that's an added cost.
Right.
So it's like they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a tricky situation.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've established that bad carts are a problem. And it seems like there are a few different factors at play.
Yeah.
But is there anything we as shoppers can do about it?
Well, luckily, our sources offer some practical advice.
Oh, good.
They recommend a strategy called the test drive method.
I like that.
Yeah, basically, before you commit to a cart,
Give me a core spin.
exactly, give it a little push, listen for any squeaks or rattles.
Make sure the wheels are turning smoothly.
Right, look for any signs of wobbling.
That's a great idea. I'm definitely going to start doing that.
Yeah, it's a simple thing, but it can save you a lot of hassle.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, what about if you've already grabbed a cart?
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of the store
Uh-huh.
and you realize, oh no, this is a bad cart.
This is the wobbler.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any techniques for dealing with that?
Well, one of the sources suggests a technique called the full body lean.
The full body lean.
Yeah, so basically,
This sounds interesting.
it is.
Yeah.
So imagine you've got the rebel, right,
Uh-huh.
and it's pulling to the left.
Yeah.
So what you do is you lean your body weight to the right.
So you're kind of counteracting the pull.
Exactly. You're using your body to force the part to go straight.
I've never thought about it that way,
Hmm.
but I can see how that would work.
Yeah, it's all about physics.
So it's like a shopping cart workout.
It is.
You're getting your steps in,
Yeah.
and you're getting your upper body strength in.
Exactly. Multitasking.
I love it. Well, we asked our listeners to share their worst cart experiences.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them were just hilarious.
I bet.
So Emma from Manchester wrote in about a drama queen cart that was so loud
Uh-huh.
that another shopper actually yelled at her to put the cart out of its misery.
Oh, no.
I know, poor Emma. It's like you just can't win sometimes.
Yes, his carts are just too much.
I know. And then Mike from New York, he had a story about a rebel cart
Okay.
that nearly took out an elderly woman.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. He said he was trying to get to the bread aisle,
Uh-huh.
but the cart just had other plans.
Oh,
It
no.
was veering all over the place.
Poor Mike.
I know. It's like you have to be so careful out there.
It's a jungle out there.
It really is. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I think we've learned a few important things.
Uh-huh.
First of all, bad carts are a real phenomenon.
Yeah.
They're not just in our imaginations.
They're out there.
And there are a few different reasons why they exist.
Yeah.
Wear and tear, maintenance, maybe even budget constraints.
Right.
But the good news is there are things we can do about it.
Yes.
We can use the test drive method.
Mm-hmm.
We can practice our full body lean.
Exactly.
And most importantly, we can just try to maintain a sense of humor about it all.
Because at the end of the day, it's just a shopping cart.
Right? It's not worth getting too stressed out about.
Exactly.
But, as we're talking about this, it makes me wonder,
What's that?
like, as technology keeps advancing, what if we get to a point where we have self-driving shopping carts?
Oh, wow. Like those little robots that deliver food.
Yeah. Imagine if you could just, send your shopping cart down the aisle,
Uh-huh.
and it would pick out all your groceries for you.
That would be amazing.
I know. Or maybe even like a drone delivery system,
Oh, wow.
where your groceries just, fly into your car.
That would be so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
But then who knows? Maybe that would just create a whole new set of problems.
Right. Like, what if the drones start malfunctioning
Oh, no.
and dropping groceries on people's heads?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah, so maybe we should just stick with the regular old shopping carts.
Yeah. For now, at least.
Exactly.
So, yeah, next time you're at the grocery store, just remember, choose your cart wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared to do a little test drive.
And don't forget your full body lean.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid the grocery cart conundrum.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.